Hi Virgo, how's it going? I hope you're doing wonderful today. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn, and I'm going to be doing a general reading for you. This is a Celtic cross. These are the cards that came out. Some of your cards came out reversed. That just means you're getting extra protection from Spirit. It's a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. Always check your sun, moon, rising signs in case you have messages over there too. And if this reading gives you any guidance, if you could please leave me a comment, I would love to hear from you. So before we get started in the reading, in case there's other signs watching for like a cross watcher watching for Virgo, just want to go through a couple things first. So Virgo's birthdays fall from August 23rd to 22nd. Virgo energy is very distinct, quietly powerful, observant, and deeply intentional. So I just want to go over a few Virgo core characteristics before we get started in the reading. Virgos are very analytical and detail oriented. They notice everything, especially what others miss. They're practical and grounded. They prefer what works over what looks good. They're service oriented. They genuinely want to help, fix, or improve. They're intelligent, discerning. They have a very sharp mind and strong judgment. They're reliable, responsible. People lean on Virgos for a reason. Okay? They're modest and humble. They often underestimate their own brilliance. They show love through actions, not big speeches. They can be reserved or cautious until trust is earned. They're deeply loyal once committed, and they need to feel useful and appreciated. And we'll just have a little peek at the shadow traits. This is really important for readings. I believe that when we know our shadow traits, it just makes us even stronger, okay? Virgos tend to overthink. A lot of Virgos deal with anxiety. They're perfectionists. Perfectionism that leads to self-criticism. They can be overly critical of their self or others. They have difficulty letting go or relaxing, and they tend to carry emotional burdens silently. They're ruled by Mercury, so communication and mental clarity matter. But Virgos process everything internally before speaking. They're drawn to healing, organizing, teaching, editing, health, or behind-the-scenes mastery, and they thrive when there's structure, purpose, and order. So a really good soul lesson for you, Virgo, is to learn what you don't have. You should learn, or you need to learn, that you don't have to be perfect to be worthy. Okay, you don't have to be perfect to be worthy. Rest is just as sacred as productivity. Okay? Rest. It's just as sacred as productivity. Let's go through your reading. Your first card that came out represents your current situation, and you got the 9 of Cups reversed. So for you, Virgo, this card hits deeply internal. So right now, you may look fine on the outside, but inside there's a quiet sense of emotional dissatisfaction. This isn't about not having enough. It's about having what you asked for and still feeling like something is missing. Virgo, you've been doing everything right, showing up, being responsible, meeting expectations, and yet your heart isn't fully nourished. This card in your current situation suggests that you may be downplaying your own emotional needs, or it could suggest a wish was fulfilled in a practical way, but not in a soul-aligned way. Or you're questioning whether what once felt like success actually brings happiness. Or there's a subtle feeling of emptiness or even guilt for wanting more. So for you, Virgo, specifically, this can often show up as, why am I not happier when I've done everything I was supposed to do? Maybe that's what you're asking yourself. You may also be overgiving to others while quietly neglecting yourself, or you may also be holding back joy because it doesn't feel earned yet, or you're being too self-critical to allow yourself to fully receive pleasure or love or contentment. So this card gently asks you, when was the last time you allowed yourself to enjoy something without fixing, improving, or justifying it? The truth is, Virgo, your cup isn't empty. You've just been pouring from it instead of drinking from it. Okay? Your cup isn't empty. You've just been pouring from it instead of drinking from it. And then what's crossing you, or what's challenging you or your situation, or what you're celebrating, is the Two of Cups reversed. Oh, sorry, the Nine of Cups reversed. I don't know where I got. Oh, because your last card is the Two of Cups. So, I wonder why I said that. We'll have to get back to that for sure. So what's crossing you, or what's challenging you, or what's being highlighted? The Nine of Pentacles reversed. So what's crossing you right now is your sense of self-worth and independence. Specifically, how much of it is tied to productivity or perfection and external validation. So the Nine of Pentacles reverse could suggest you may be doubting your value unless you're constantly doing, or you're feeling less confident or secure than you appear, or you're measuring your worth by what you provide rather than who you are, or you're questioning whether you're truly standing on your own, or still emotionally or financially dependent on a situation or a person or expectation. You're not allowing yourself to fully enjoy life because you don't feel like you've earned it yet. And for you, this can feel like, I can relax once everything is handled, or I can feel proud when I do more, or I'll be happy when I reach the next level. but that next level keeps moving. As a challenge, this card says you may be undervaluing yourself, or you could be stuck in comparison, looking at others and feeling behind. Or you might be afraid to stand fully in your power unless everything is flawless. And for celebration, as a celebration, subtle but important, you're starting to see the imbalance, or you're recognizing that self-sufficiency without self-love becomes isolation. Or you're noticing that independence without pleasure becomes loneliness. So this card is nudging you to reclaim your confidence without overwork, or reclaim pleasure without guilt, or reclaim your self-worth without perfection. Together, these two cards are very powerful. They show you have built a beautiful life. They show that you've built a beautiful life, yet you haven't fully stepped into it. You haven't fully stepped into enjoying it or yourselves. So this spread is already asking, what would change if you believed you were already enough? Then your foundation card is the Two of Pentacles reversed. This card represents the basis of your situation or foundation. So Virgo, this is the root of your current situation. You've been juggling too much, trying to balance responsibilities, expectations, and your inner life, and it's catching up to you. This card reversed shows overwhelm. There are too many plates in the air and something has to slip. Could indicate instability. What once felt manageable now feels heavy or unsteady or chaotic. It could also indicate difficulty prioritizing, so you may know what matters, but everything feels urgent. And then it could indicate avoidance of limits. Saying no is hard because you feel responsible for everyone and everything. Virgo, you're wired to notice details, plan meticulously, and fix problems, but right now, that very strength is working against you because it's overextended and exhausting your energy. This card, as the foundation, explains why we saw the Nine of Cups reversed, the emotional dissatisfaction, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed, the self-worth that's tied to output. So it's like your subconscious is whispering, I've been carrying all this, trying to keep life under control, but it's just too much for one person. This card, when it comes out reversed, it's also nudging you that, or letting you know that it's time to let go of the illusion that you can do everything perfectly. Or balance doesn't mean handling it all. It means prioritizing what really matters and giving yourself some space. So you started with emotionally unfulfilled, even when life looks complete. Then you're questioning your self-worth and independence, which could possibly be tied to achievements. And then you're feeling overwhelmed, juggling too much. The foundation, this card represents foundation of stress and imbalance. So taken together, Virgo, you're in a moment of deep reflection where the universe is asking you to release control, honor your limits, and reconnect with your own joy. And then your fourth card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation, and you got the Eight of Cups. So Virgo, this card in your past position, in the past position, shows that your current dissatisfaction didn't appear out of nowhere. You've been carrying a quiet internal knowing that something in your life, maybe a relationship, a career path, or even a way of living, was no longer fulfilling you. So this card says you walked away even if it was difficult, because staying would have meant stagnation, or you sought deeper meaning, not just surface level success, or you may have felt guilt or fear for leaving something stable or expected. Virgo, you tend to analyze and plan everything before making a move, but the Eight of Cups shows that at some point your intuition quietly said, "This isn't enough for my soul." And you did it anyway, showing incredible courage, even if it felt risky or imperfect. And I just want to mention, you got the Strength card, but we'll get to that. In relation to your current situation, this past decision planted the seeds of your current unease, but also of your growth. It explains why the Nine of Cups reversed resonates. Leaving what no longer served you opened space. But the emptiness that follows can feel heavy. So leaving what no longer served you opened space, but that emptiness, the emptiness that follows can feel heavy. Or it also connects to the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Independence and security were sought, but the transition left some emotional gaps. And then finally, the Two of Pentacles reversed shows that walking away started a period of adjustment and balancing multiple priorities, which may have tipped you into overwhelm. So the message is, leaving was necessary, Virgo. You were seeking authenticity, not just comfort. Even if it left a gap, that gap is fertile ground for self-discovery. And the emptiness you feel now isn't a failure. It's a signal for deeper alignment. Virgo, your past shows that you were capable of brave emotional choices, even when logic and perfectionism scream, "Stay safe." Your immediate future card, what's likely to happen very soon in your life, is the Knight of Cups. So this card is saying that after the period of overwhelm, dissatisfaction, and self-doubt you've been navigating. And this card shows that the next phase of your journey is about following your heart. Here's what it means for you personally. Emotional invitations. So you may receive opportunities or encounters that speak to your heart, romantic, creative, or soulful in nature. This card could indicate a movement toward what you love. This is a card of action, guided by intuition and feeling, not just logic or duty, which is a refreshing change for you, Virgo. Or it could indicate expressing emotions where you might have been cautious, reserved, or critical before. This card encourages gentle vulnerability. Or it could indicate chasing your dreams. If there's a creative, spiritual, or personal project you've been hesitant about, well, now is a favorable time to step forward. Virgo, you're used to analyzing and planning, but this card is reminding you that not everything needs a spreadsheet or perfect timing. It's about leaning into your heart, listening to your intuition, and taking inspired action, even if it feels uncertain. This card shows that the next chapter will involve a softer, more flowing energy, where the past was about leaving what no longer served you with the Eight of Cups, and the present is about balancing overwhelm and self-worth. The future asks, Virgo, what would happen if you allowed your heart to lead instead of your head? This is a promising card for you because it aligns emotional fulfillment with action. The exact balance you've been seeking. And then the outcome that you desire most in your situation is the Strength card, Leo energy. The Strength card shows the outcome you desire most, and the message is deeply personal. Virgo, you want mastery over your inner world, not just your external life. This card is about courage and patience. You're seeking the ability to face life's challenges calmly and with confidence rather than being controlled by fear or self-criticism. It's about gentle power. Strength isn't about force, it's about quiet resilience, emotional intelligence, and mastering your impulses. It's a card of self-acceptance. You crave a sense of inner peace where you can honor your needs without guilt, criticism, or overworking yourself. And it's about harmony with emotions. For you, this is huge because you often overthink and hold back your feelings. But strength shows a desire to embrace vulnerability as power, not just weakness. So you've left what no longer served you. You've been questioning your worth and independence, and you struggled with balance and overwhelm. Now with the Knight of Cups, the universe invites you to move toward your heart And strength confirms that what you truly seek is inner mastery and confidence, a sense of wholeness that isn't contingent of achievements, productivity, or external validation. Your greatest desire is not more control or more success or more perfection. It's to trust yourself, honor your emotions, and harness your inner courage to live authentically. This outcome shows true alignment with your soul, Virgo. It says you're stepping into a phase where your intelligence, meticulousness, and care for others will be tempered by compassion for yourself. And then your self-image card, how you see yourself, is the Eight of Pentacles. So, Virgo, your self-image right now is all about dedication, effort, and mastery. You see yourself as someone who works hard, often behind the scenes, or strives for perfection and skill in everything you do, or values productivity, improvement, and tangible results, or someone who is diligent, responsible, and reliable. In other words, you take pride in your craft, your intellect, and your ability to make things work flawlessly. But here's the Virgo nuance. This card can reveal pressure you put on yourself. You might feel your worth is tied to output or skill or achievement, or you may judge yourself harshly if something is imperfect. Or even small errors can feel bigger than they actually are because you're hyper aware of details. So the Nine of Cups reversed and the Nine of Pentacles reversed show that even when you accomplish things, it doesn't always feel emotionally satisfying. And the Two of Cups reversed shows the juggling and overwhelm you endure while trying to meet your own high standards. So the Eight of Pentacles in self-image says, you see yourself as someone who works tirelessly to grow, improve, and maintain control, but this focus on mastery sometimes shields you from joy and emotional fulfillment. Virgo, you are skilled, diligent, and capable beyond measure, but true contentment comes when you allow yourself to step back, enjoy your accomplishments, and let your heart lead sometimes, rather than only your hands and mind. And then your environment card, or how others see you and your situation, is the Ace of Cups. So this card is saying that others see you as someone who is capable of deep emotional connection and love, even if you don't always show it openly. This card could suggest people, your environment, others view you as emotionally available or as someone who can nurture others. People sense your potential for joy, love, and creativity, even if you're holding back. They may see a new beginning or opportunity for emotional fulfillment in your life, or they see you radiate an energy of emotional openness and receptivity, even amidst your self-critical or perfectionist tendencies. So Virgo, while you see yourself primarily through your work or skill or diligence, the outside world sees the emotional depth and heart that you sometimes downplay. Internally, you are focused on control, perfection, and productivity. Externally, the universe and the people around you are noticing your capacity for love, emotional intelligence, and heartfelt connection. Others see your cup as overflowing with potential joy and emotional richness, even if you haven't allowed yourself to drink from it yet. So the reading so far is forming a story for you. Okay? For the past, you walked away from what no longer served you. The present challenges are dissatisfaction and self-doubt. The foundational struggle is juggling too much, feeling overwhelmed. Your future path is following your heart and emotional invitations, and the desired outcome is mastering your inner strength, courage, and self-compassion. And the self-image is, you see yourself as hardworking, skilled, and a perfectionist, and your environment, how others see you, a potential for others see potential for emotional fulfillment and love. And then your hopes and fears is the Three of Cups reversed. So Virgo, this card reversed in the hopes and fears position shows a deep internal conflict about connection, celebration, and support. So what this could mean for you is a fear of disconnection. So you may worry about being left out or isolated or not fully supported by your friends or family or community. There may be a hesitation to celebrate. You might struggle to feel worthy of joy, or you may worry that indulging in happiness is selfish, or it could indicate overthinking social dynamics. As a Virgo, you may analyze relationships constantly, which can create self-imposed distance from others. Or there may be an inner longing for true emotional connection. Maybe deep down you want closeness, shared joy, and camaraderie, but fear it won't meet your standards or expectations. On the hope side, this card reflects a desire to heal social or emotional rifts and experience genuine heartfelt connection, or you hope to be part of joyful, supportive relationships, but you might fear letting your guard down or being vulnerable. So the first two cards show internal dissatisfaction and self-worth issues. Your self-image is tied to work and achievement rather than community and pleasure. The Ace of Cups shows that others see you as capable of love and emotional connection, so the disconnect is internal, not external. Virgo, You long for shared joy, celebration, and support, but your inner critic and perfectionist tendencies make it feel risky to fully embrace it. Your fear is that letting go into joy or connection might compromise control, but your hope is that it could finally bring emotional fulfillment. This is a beautiful pivot point in your reading. Virgo, your outer world is offering love and joy, but your inner world hesitates to accept it. And then your outcome card, if all is to remain as is the Two of Cups reversed. So this card shows the potential outcome if you continue on the current path without addressing your inner needs and emotional alignment. So this card could indicate relationship or partnership strain. This isn't only romantic, it can reflect friendships, family, or even your relationship with yourself. Misunderstandings, emotional distance, or lack of reciprocity may arise. It can indicate emotional imbalance. You may continue to feel disconnected from others or from your own heart, even if externally everything looks fine. It could indicate missed opportunities for connection. Fear, overthinking, or perfectionism. Classic Virgo traits, we talked about this, may prevent you from forming the deeper, more fulfilling bonds you desire. And it can also indicate self-sabotage in relationships. So you could push people away or avoid vulnerability out of a need for control or fear of imperfection. So Virgo, you are capable of incredible emotional depth and inner strength. Okay. But the Two of Cups reversed warns that if you rely solely on intellect, control, or productivity, emotional disconnection will persist. This outcome it's not set in stone, it's a cautionary vision. So if you continue neglecting self-care or your emotional expression and connection, then isolation and dissatisfaction may continue. This card reversed invites you to shift internally, to open your heart, embrace vulnerability, and honor your emotional needs. The universe is giving you a roadmap. You have the tools to shift your reality. The Knight of Cups shows opportunity, strength shows courage, and the Ace of Cups shows support. But if nothing changes, emotional disconnection will remain. So your Celtic Cross summary is the past, Eight of Cups. You left what no longer served your soul, seeking deeper meaning. The present and the challenge, the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. There's emotional dissatisfaction, and you're questioning your self-worth despite your accomplishments. Your foundation, the Two of Pentacles reversed, is about overwhelm, juggling too much, trying to maintain control. Your immediate future, the Knight of Cups, represents emotional invitations and following your heart, a chance to lean into your intuition and vulnerability. And then your desire, the outcome, is the Strength card. Inner courage, self-compassion, and mastery over emotional and mental challenges. Your self-image, the Eight of Pentacles. You see yourself as hardworking, skilled, and perfectionist. Your environment, how others see you, the Ace of Cups. Others recognize your emotional depth and potential for love and joy. Your hopes and fears, the Three of Cups reversed, a desire for connection and celebration, but there's a fear of emotional vulnerability. And then your final outcome, if nothing changes, there's a risk of emotional disconnection and relational strain if you stay in perfectionist, control-focused patterns. So Virgo, this reading is urging you to move from overwork and self-criticism toward emotional openness and heart-centered action. Your inner strength, emotional intelligence, and skill are all present, but the real magic comes when you allow yourself to receive joy, nurture connections, and trust your own worth. Okay? Virgo, you've been tirelessly perfecting and controlling your life, leaving what no longer served you, but true fulfillment and love will flow only when you finally let your heart lead and embrace your worth and allow yourself to receive joy without overthinking or holding back. Okay, so that is your reading. I hope you receive some insider guidance from these messages I channeled today. Thank you for letting me do this reading, channel these messages for you. If you did receive any guidance, if you could leave me a comment, I would love to hear from you. I'm sending you lots of love and strength. You got this, Virgo. You're worth it. You're worth it all. Take good care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.